Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home for all your betting tips and expert analysis on not only boxing but the likes of football, horse racing, basketball. So yeah, if you're a big sports fan who likes a bet from time to time, please check out the great work, the great guys over at sharpbetting.co.uk in the description below. It's me, Noel, just here giving a quick reaction to what was just seen from the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas, as Michaela Mayer has retained her WBO welterweight world title in an absolutely thrilling, non-stop action contest against Sandy Ryan in a rematch of course, their infamous kind of hot-tempered first affair last September, 6 months ago, that Michaela Mayer won. Of course, there was the whole scandal of Paintgate, Sandy Ryan getting the paint thrown over her, but the first fight was outstanding, and I have to say this fight is even better. It was absolutely fantastic. It was c- it, it was an outstanding performance from Michaela Mayer. Of course, give both fighters immense credit. Sandy Ryan showed incredible toughness in there, and played her part in an outstanding fight. But that is probably the best I've ever seen Michaela Mayer look. To be honest with you, it really is. She started off fast, working behind a quick jab to kind of close the distance and get up close. She had real success with the jab. Sandy Ryan had kind of her best success outside of the last couple of rounds came early on, as Michaela Mayer kind of was finding that distance. She was overreaching a touch. Sandy Ryan was picking her off with some nice counters, but what it came down to is Sandy Ryan just could not live with the volume and the versatility of Michaela Mayer. Once Michaela Mayer did kind of close that distance behind the jab, she worked away beautifully on the inside, high volume of punches, beautiful, spiteful combinations, and yeah, she hit Sandy Ryan with some huge shots. And to be honest, I thought she was gonna get her out of there. At one stage, she was just hitting her with huge, clean shots. But as I say, credit to Sandy Ryan for withstanding that pressure. But yeah, Michaela Mayer kind of exposed Sandy Ryan tonight as being, a bit of a one-dimensional kind of aggressor. She lacked a plan to deal with, first of all, Mayer's inside fighting, and then when Mayer did get a bit more tired and step back onto the back foot, she used that amateur pedigree, that kind of technical skill, and to have success as well on the back foot behind the fast hands, quick jab. She did get tired, Michaela Mayer, understandably. The high volume of punches and the pace that she fought at. But she did dig in. She proved she can dig in and grit it out, even suffering a bad cut in the eighth round. The red liquid the first time around was the paint thrown over Ryan. This time around, it was the bad cut on the eye of Michaela Mayer, and she was relatively lucky it didn't happen earlier on. From a clash of heads, it was the end of the eighth round, but yeah, she dug in and gritted out a win in a rematch to go 2-0 in that rivalry. And it's a sign of a great fighter that can kind of grit wins out as well and dig it out when things aren't going their way. But yeah, an absolutely marvelous performance from Michaela Mayer all round in terms of boxing ability, inside fighting, durability. Yeah, she fought like a woman with a point to prove tonight, with all that bad blood kind of between the two in the build up, stemming from that first fight and the whole coaching situation. So credit to Michaela Mayer. She defends her WBO welterweight world title, and I suppose the question now will be what's next for Michaela Mayer. She has the WBO title, and the logical step is that huge undisputed fight with Lauren Price. Um, Lauren Price, of course, WBC, IBF, WBA champion, coming off a fantastic performance against Natasha Jonas, a masterclass in boxing, and yeah, two outstanding amateurs again in Michaela Mayer and Lauren Price. If it is to be next, I hope it is. Always great to have undisputed fights in boxing, no matter what the weight class. So if I had to pick a winner in that, I think Lauren Price is the business. I really do. And apart from that, I think she's obviously a beautiful boxer really technically well skilled, of course, from the amateur background, but she has the size. She's a natural, fully fledged welterweight. She's thick legs, broad shoulders, and yeah, she's a more kind of fully fledged welterweight than MAYER, who, of course, coming up the weights from 130 all the way up to welterweight. So I'd fancy Lauren Price on a decision there, whether it be in the USA or America, or the UK. I beg your pardon. I think I'd pick Lauren Price to win that. Of course, we've seen Michaela Mayer come over to the UK twice, and she hasn't been happy with the judging on either occasion. So it'll be interesting to see her reaction if she has to go over there. But yeah, I'd pick Price in that one. Other options. There are other options. Move up in weight again. The 154, fight the likes of Terry Harper, Emma Cozen, Femke Hermans, the world champions up there. Or, there could be a super fight with the winner of Taylor Serrano trilogy. The winner of that coming up from 140 to 147 or vice versa. Mayer going back down. A lot of really, really fascinating options there for Mayer. But yeah, I really hope it's the Lauren Price fight. I really do. And I'd favour Price in that one, but Michaela Mayer can definitely hold her own. I just think Lauren Price is on the way to the top of the women's game. I really do. I think she's the business. She impressed me so much against Jonas, but yeah, let's hope that gets made next for an undisputed welterweight title fight. So yeah, that was just my quick reaction to what we've just seen from the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas, as Michaela Mayer has produced a marvellous performance to defeat Sandy Ryan in their rematch and put that chapter of her career to bed, to retain the title and move on to hopefully an undisputed title fight with Lauren Price, or maybe another fight. Who knows? Let us know what you think in the comments. What did you make of that fight and Mayer's performance? Did you think it was better than the first fight? Let us know, of course, who you think will win between Price or Mayer. Get involved down below. Please like the video. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing. Follow us on all social media. And as I said, please check out the great work at sharpbetting.co.uk down below. Until next time, take care.